So today, I'm proposing the 28th Amendment to the United States Constitution to do just that. The 28th Amendment permanently enshrines 4 additions to the laws of our land. It bans civilians from buying assault rifles, those weapons of war our founding fathers never foresaw.
I don't even know why people listen to this wet napkin. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, get you one of these shirts. Let them know that this is not a gun-free zone. Forget these fools that's trying to take our Second Amendment rights. That's the hill that I'm gonna stand on. I just want y'all to know, if I say it, YouTube will be mad at me. This is the hill where I take a stand. Link is in the description section. Put the discount code in there, get you a discount on this shirt. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make a special discount just for this shirt. 25% off this shirt, just put good luck, because good luck trying to take our guns. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notification anytime we go live, make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel. Like this video, comment for the shirt. Let's get in this. Ladies and gentlemen, wet napkin politician Gavin Newsom. That's my favorite word. Wet, soggy napkin of a politician had the nerve to make a stupid campaign video to thwart the Second Amendment. Now, we're going to watch portions of this video, and then I'm going to destroy his argument with statistical data from the FBI. 2019 stats, and bruh, they are worse during the pandemic and all the way up to this point. I'm just going off 2019. Let me give you the stats after I debunk what this fool said, but you got to hear what he said first, see how much of a lunatic he is, and then I'm finna eat him up. Just roll the clip.
Every time, it's the same. They tell us we can't stop these massacres. They tell us we have to stand by and watch tragedy after tragedy unfold in our communities. They say we can't stop domestic terrorism without violating the Second Amendment, and that thoughts and prayers are the best we can do. I'm here to say that's a lie. In this country, we do have the power to change things, to reclaim our freedom from fear. Our ability to make a more perfect union is literally written into the Constitution. So today, I'm proposing the 28th Amendment to the United States Constitution to do just that. The 28th Amendment permanently enshrines 4 additions to the laws of our land. It raises the minimum age to purchase a firearm from 18 to 21. Because if you can't buy a beer, you shouldn't be able to buy a gun. It mandates universal background checks to prevent truly dangerous people from purchasing a gun that can be used in a crime. It institutes reasonable waiting periods for all gun purchases, and it bans civilians from buying assault rifles, those weapons of war our founding fathers never foresaw. This will guarantee states as well the—
It's hard to watch this bull crap. Our God is my witness. I'm finna eat him alive after this. We got like probably less than a minute left.
ability to enact common sense gun safety laws while leaving the Second Amendment intact and respecting America's gun-owning tradition. The 28th locks in the common sense constitutional protections that Democrats, Republicans, independents, and gun owners overwhelmingly support. And it ensures—
All right, I can't watch no more. He's gonna go on and talk about DeSantis and gun lobbyists, and this dude is a wet napkin of a politician. That means he's soft, he's dumb. The dude just wants tyranny. I'm gonna prove to you why he's a complete idiot and why I don't understand why people still believe in individuals who are trying to tamper with the Second Amendment. I don't understand how we even give them a time of day. These people are communists. They want to take over the country. It has nothing to do with the guns. Let me show you why. We'll put this link in the description section so you see what the facts are. This comes from Jocelyn Law Firm. These stats are compiled in this beautiful graph according to the 2019 crime statistics created by the government, the FBI. Now let's look at this. We'll go through what he said. Now, they don't have the ages, but I've done the research already, and I already know the ages of many of these shootings that occur. And the ages are between, especially at the school, the ages are between 14 and 16 years old. Most of these shootings happen at. So raising the age to 21 is irrelevant. It's not going to change anything. If they don't mind going to prison for murder, they don't mind going to prison for being in possession illegally with the firearm. So changing the age to 21 is irrelevant. On the video, he says, well, if you can't buy a beer, you can't carry a gun. Well, bro, you serve in the military with a gun when you're 18. Why can't you carry it as a civilian with training and experience? No. You can drive a car at 16 with a permit. So you're responsible for driving a car. Matter of fact, in California, you can transition at like 5. Puberty blockers, prepubescent, but you can't carry a gun. But you can make a decision to transition. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at let me go with the other thing. Elevate universal background checks. Listen, if you're 21 years old and nobody has diagnosed you as mentally ill, you're going to pass the background check. If you decide to be a killer at 21, you're going to pass the background check. That's not going to do anything for anybody. If you somehow was a great man your whole life and then you decide to be a killer today, what is a background check going to do for you? And I'll tell you this. When I was a police officer, there was a lot of people doing killing and stealing illegally in possession of a firearm. It doesn't matter. A background check doesn't matter. They just get the gun stolen. All right. Let's go down the list one more time. Waiting period. That's the stupidest thing on planet Earth. If you're a person that's buying a firearm for the protection of your family, they're going to make you wait. If you got a restraining order against a lunatic that have threatened your life, you got to have a waiting period between the time you buy a gun, then we can defend your family. It makes no sense whatsoever. And if you had a waiting period, just say a month. The kid in Uvalde literally saved his money for several months before he bought a gun. That means that if you have to have a waiting period, you'll just wait till the next opportunity you have to go shoot it up. Waiting period ain't gonna stop nobody. All right. Let me go to the age. We're looking at this chart right here. What is the most used weapon in homicides according to the FBI? The handgun. 45% of all of the homicides are perpetuated by handgun. And what they're not including, that 60% of gun deaths are done that are suicides. They don't have that statistic in there for whatever reason, but we know that statistic to be true. So they don't want to put that in there. Just go off of homicides, because technically that's a suicide, but they don't want to show the number of homicides perpetuated by guns. But we'll go on from there. 6,300 of them done by handguns, 600 by hands and fists, 1,500 by other weapons, 1,400 by knives. Way down here at the bottom, ladies and gentlemen. And they would argue that these unknown weapons are majority handguns. There's probably hardly any of them done by rifles. Then you have the shotgun at 200. And then you have the rifle at 364 people. 2.6% of homicides are done with rifles. Now let's just use the scope of what Gavin Wet Napkin said, and let's just get rid of rifles. You still got 45% that is done with handguns. What are we going to do about all these people getting murdered? Get rid of this, 364 people. You still got 6,300 people getting killed with a handgun. And let's just say we get rid of the rifle. You still got twice as many people dying with hands and feet. That means they're getting beat to death. Let's say we just got rid of that. You got 4 times the amount of people getting killed with knives than rifles. So you get rid of the rifles, you still got to deal with this. Other weapons, blunt objects, poison, fires, narcotics. You got 4 times as many people dying from that than rifles. Look at this, man. Look at this mess. They're tricking you. They want you to ban this because that's the first step to banning everything else. Because if they say ban the big bad thing because a lot of people are dying because of this, then you got to go and say, well, obviously this is the most effective, so let's ban this as well. Then you have no Second Amendment. They're trying to create a slippery slope. There's so many numbers on here. We can go down. You can't see it because it's not big enough, but I can argue. I can argue for you, and you can go look at it on your own. Let's go to Gavin Wet Napkin's state. 68% of homicides are done with guns in California. 2% with rifles. 45% with handguns. What is he even saying? 2% of our murders, homicides in California are done with rifles. So he want to ban the rifle, but leave the handgun open. It makes absolutely no sense. You go down here, and then they have other charts. The top 10 states with the highest percentage of homicides, highest percentage of shotgun, fire, knives, weapons, hands, feet, all of the above. But here's the interesting statistic. Here's the interesting one right here. Handgun homicides. The highest percentage of handgun homicides done in Maryland. Maryland is run by who? Democrats. Some of the strictest gun laws out there. Vermont, run by who? The highest percentage of rifle deaths, run by who? Maine, run by who? Delaware, Rhode Island. Who are these people run by? It doesn't stop, and the laws that are restrictive doesn't stop people from doing crimes against others. It doesn't stop people from killing you with a knife, not stop people from stomping you to death. It's not going to stop people from doing any of these statistical data points. Rifles is almost last. Shotguns is the only thing less than rifles when it comes to homicides. Every other manner of killing you is higher by a long shot than with the AR-15. The reason why I'm showing you this chart, you can look it up yourself. You can share the chart around. Maybe we should make a graph of the chart and share it on social media. But the reason why I'm even saying these things is because they're lying to you, ladies and gentlemen. They're pitching fear to you. And I even have other statistics I forgot to mention. The third largest mass shooting in U.S. history. I'm going to make it big so you can see it. The third largest mass shooting in U.S. history was right here, Virginia Tech, done with a handgun. 32 people died from a handgun. Now, we know what happened here. We know what happened in Post nightclub. And that's because obviously they cornered these people in the club. That's why they were able to kill that many people. And then they were shooting blindly into a crowd. That's why they were able to kill this many people in Las Vegas. But right here, Virginia Tech, number 3 is handgun. Then we go down here to the Luby's Cafe. 23 people were killed. Ranked number 6, handgun. What are y'all even saying? People can use handguns too. You can ban rifles. That still don't stop 32 people from Virginia Tech. Maybe 49 people won't die. But 36 people will die with a handgun. What are we even saying? The argument to me is a lie from the pit of hell that they selling y'all to get rid of your constitutional rights so they can begin to take over. You can look at any country that have been taken over, ruled by a dictator and totalitarian regime. All you got to do is look at what do they do first? They eliminate guns from the populace. Therefore, the government can do anything they want to do, and you cannot defend yourself. Look at China. Why is China in the position they're in? Nobody had guns. Look at Venezuela. Nobody have guns. Look at Cuba. Look at all these. Nobody have guns. They cannot defend themselves from a tyrannical government. That's how they take over. Look at the abuse, the manipulation of people, even in Africa. Look at some of the African countries. Why is there such a genocide in some of these places? Because the people, the populace, can't defend themselves. Who do you think will be a better match if a deranged criminal comes to burglarize your house and rape your family? Who do you think will be a better match? A person with no guns or a person with a gun? A person with a sign that says this is not a gun-free zone or a person that said this is a gun-free zone, we don't own guns in this house? Who you think going to become victimized? We already know the answer to that. I'll see y'all in the next video.